रघुनाथ गाथा भाषा निबंध मंजुल मातुलोथी भाषा निबंध मंजुल मातुलोथी। ज्ञान मान जहाँ एक नाई देख ब्रह्म समान सब माही. We see in this Kahyata so Parama Viragi. That person is called as a supreme Vairagi who Trina Samasiddhi Tina Guna Tyagi, who all siddhis he considers to be nothing more than a blade of grass. So siddhi word I told you is all those powers. Hanumanji is called Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi Ke Data. Anima, Garima, Lagima, Prapti, Prakam, Eshitva, Vashitva, Ityadi. You have seen on all of his Hanuman Chalisa. Can become big, small, heavy, tall, short, anything like that. Just wish for anything. Those are called siddhis. So who considers all of these siddhis to be nothing more than a blade of grass? And siddhi, I told you, all these occult powers also, where people have all sorts of. Some people could walk on fire. Have you seen? What it will do? It will not take you to Brahman. Walking on fire is not a path to Brahman. So, siddhi also means accomplishments. You have to be very careful about it. Any accomplishment is also called a siddhi. Like I am an accomplished musician, accomplished whatever, karate expert. Any accomplishment in this world is also called as siddhi. So we should not consider that. We should consider that achievement to be nothing more than a blade of grass. Otherwise, what happens? That accomplishment, they say it gets to our head. Have you heard? It gets to our head. Then we feel, because of the accomplishment, we feel that we are so great and this and that, like that. So any accomplishment in this world. Otherwise, see, Bhagavan Ram is in forest. Bharat is coming to meet Ram. Well, Bharat has a whole army, you know. They are all coming in the forest to meet Ram. And two people at the same time. Guha saw that army coming. And later on, Lakshmana saw that army coming. They got news. This army is coming with Bharat. And both of them are thinking, now that he has gotten power, that power has gone to his. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts? Absolutely, they say. And Bhagavan Ram tells to Lakshmana that time, Lakshmana, in our dynasty, in this lineage of ours, Bharat is called the Hamsa. Hamsa bird. Hamsa means the bird that can separate milk from water. Bharata Hamsa Raghuvamsa. In the Raghuvamsha, Bharat is the Hamsa. And a person will quicker drown in a Gopad. Gopad means, when the cow hooves make a little puddle and water collects there. A person will quicker drown in that puddle than Bharat get corrupted by power. Meaning to how Rama praises Bharat there. Everybody does praise of Rama. Rama is doing praise of Bharat. And in that portion, we see whatever siddhi, whatever greatness of Bharat, that thing never gets to his head. But everybody is not Bharat. Any siddhi we get in this world, any accomplishment, quickly we make that accomplishment get to our head. And so we get spoiled. And that is there innate in a human being. It is the human being's task. It is our task to get rid of that thing. As children, we have to play marbles, We play marbles like that. So when you go to this little shop down the road and you get a little marble like that. At one time I had gone some other place and I got a big marble like that. So on that day when I came out to play marble, I'm walking like a king, Even in childhood, a marble is enough for a person to lose his marbles, isn't it? Amazing thing. Some possession, some accomplishment, that thing gets to our head very fast. So, this siddhi is our meaning of word siddhi is also accomplishment. Any accomplishment. That is one of the meaning of the word. So we should consider that thing to be nothing. You know how? I'll show you. Look here. We are living in a relative world, right? We are living in a relative world. So let us say my accomplishment is education. Let us say I have got a lot of education. I have this degree and this degree and this and all my name and all these letters are there after my name, right? So, yes, compared to other people, you may have accomplished this thing. But if you pit your accomplishment against the vast infinite universe in which we live, where does my accomplishment fit here? I also don't fit here. What to talk about is accomplishment? In this vast limitless universe, we don't fit here at all. See, if you put our earth next to our sun, right? This have you seen those sometimes on internet and all the Facebook and all they do? These little videos that come. You put Earth next to some other planet, then Earth pales into insignificance. And that planet is sun also now, which is our sun. You put that against other bigger celestial bodies, our sun also fades. Because they have discovered such big celestial bodies. Sun also is nothing. The Earth is nothing in front of sun, and then sun becomes nothing in front of some other. And we are on this Earth. If the Earth doesn't fit here, how will I fit here? If I don't fit here, where is the accomplishment fit here? So like that, if we start thinking now, all this siddhi and all things which we have accomplished and this and that, when you put it against the vast, enormous universe, it amounts to zero, actual zero, really zero. So consider it to be like a blade of grass, nothing really. Trina Samasiddhi, Tina Guna, Tyagi, one was renowned, these three gunas make up all the objects and things in this world, right? All things and objects in the world, they are made up of these three gunas. All material possessions made up of sattva, rajas and tamas. So the one who can really give up all attachment, minus with regard to any object of this world, it is mine. You know, that is why our rishis, Dhanam damascha yajnascha, how Bhagavan tells in 16th chapter, that people have to learn to, this dana has two, dana in our tradition has two very important objectives. Please pay attention to this. One objective of dana is so that I will maintain the cosmic balance. Cosmic balance means in this world there is a balance in everything. And the world balances itself out very nicely until the human beings are introduced. Everything balances out nicely until you introduce human beings. Once we are introduced, we bring imbalance in everything. That we have a knack for making imbalance. So this world, you will see in our Chinmaya Mission pledge, if those of you who have chanted, we say how Gurudev adopted this pledge nicely. We should produce more than what we consume and give more than what we take. Correct? But the human being doesn't do this thing. He consumes more than which he produces, and he takes more than which he gives. So he doesn't keep any balance. Everything which we have in our life has been given to us by this world. We didn't bring anything when we were coming here, isn't it? The world has given us everything. Then what did we give to the world to keep the balance? If the world gave us, see the word, everything, then what do we owe to the world? Yeah. We owe to the world also everything, nah? Or more. That's why produce more. Give more. The world gave everything, so we owe everything to the world. Then only balance is maintained. And who can maintain that balance is called as samatva. That person who maintains that balance, he will not be born in this world again. But as long as we may keep an imbalance, well, you have to come to pay your debt. Correct or not? We have to come back here to pay our debts. We are persistent in keeping this imbalance. So, one very important purpose of dana is for us to maintain the balance. Because the world has given us everything, so we have to give to the world everything. Dana, to keep that balance. The other very important purpose of dana is to develop this thing called as vairagya. Because Lakshmana asked, what is this viraga? Vairagya. Every time I give, you see, when I'm holding on to something, right? That means attachment. If I'm holding on to that thing, that means I am attached to that thing. Every time I give something, I teach my soul detachment. Because the soul only knows attachment. We hold. Hold on, go on holding. Hold to the grave also. We hold it on. We have to learn to let go. So dana is designed by the rishis for these two things. One, I keep a balance and so I keep fairness and justice and all of that in the world. If I get, I am supposed to give. That is to keep fairness and justice and balance and all that. And the other thing is to develop this thing called as vairagya. It's a very, very powerful means. And therefore it is said that we have to learn this art of giving. Every time I give up a piece of my attachment. I give up like that. And we go on giving, all our attachment will go away. This is how we are supposed to live. And all other creatures in the world, they have this thing bred into them. They are born with it. But a human being, Bhagavan gave him freedom. And with that freedom, he goes on hoarding and aggrandizing and keeping and holding on and hold on to. One fellow, he told his friend, I don't want to leave anything for anybody. When I die, I want you to... I see, I kept all this money in a suitcase. When I die, you put it in my grave. I want to keep all this money with me only. So when that fellow died, The wife told, you did not put your friend's money in his grave, money is still in the house. Money is gone. This friend said, yes, I wrote him a check. Wherever he goes, let him cash that check there, wherever. This fellow kept all the cash here. Oh, very smart man. But people like that, they always think that they will. I don't know what people think actually. I really. People think that they'll take it with them. In our scriptures, you all know there's dharma, artha, kama, moksha. You have heard this, na? So it's like an opening bracket and a closing bracket. The first word is dharma and the last word is moksha. And artha and kama in the middle. So every artha, every wealth which I pursue, that wealth should be used to protect dharma so that I will get moksha. And every desire which I pursue, that desire also should follow dharma. It should be a dharmic desire so that I will get moksha. I desire to see this humanity flourish. I desire to see children get educated. I desire to see people healthy. I desire to see the world peaceful. That type of desire. That is also kama, no? Kama means desire. So that is dharmic desire. When I have dharmic desire, that will lead to moksha. When I have that's artha, which I go on, what do you call, making money. The scripture doesn't tell we should not make money. Make money like anything. But that money should be used for dharma. That money is used for something else. Hare Rama. People use money for all sorts of things in this world, isn't it? So that money should be used for dharma. When that is artha is used for dharma, there is certainly going to be moksha. So how the scriptures are taught very nicely, and then we just come here and hold on. For those who hold on, we'll have to come back here again and go through the same cycle of birth and death. Some people say, I don't mind, I'll come back. No problem, what is there? Many people say like that also, that they don't mind, they will come back in this world and they'll go through the same thing again. Let me tell you something. You're only saying that because you have not thought about it. If anybody says that I don't mind, I'll come back, he has not really thought about it. I tell you, if you go for the lunch today and you go for the lunch tomorrow and they give the same lunch, then you will know how boring it is. And you've got to come back and go through that same life again. And what guarantees that you will come back as a human being? No guarantee. You can come back as? Yes, anything. Cockroach, correct. You can come back as a cockroach also. You don't know. Who says you'll come back as a human being? So don't ever say, no, I don't mind, I will come back.
Not in the chocolate factory.
Yeah, not in the chocolate factory. When you see great people in Shastras and all, you see that Jara Bharat, he came back as there. A great soul he was. He came back as a deer. Yes. So you can come back as anything. So we should never say that thing. We have to get moksha in this lifetime itself. Everybody should say like that only. Some people say, no, Swamiji, Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself only told one person will get. So better I don't try also. Because that person is not me. No, everybody should say that person is me, like that. So, use whatever is there, made up of these three gunas, all the objects and things. Why I narrowed it down to money? Because in the final analysis, human beings have come to this stage in history where everything has been narrowed down to money. Correct or not? My time is money, isn't it? Everybody's time is also money. Every single thing has come down to money. All the objects of this world. The moment we see something, what does it cost? What does that cost? And when you see, like for example, many years ago when all of this internet and everything came out, right? one our tech person in Trinidad, his name is Krishna. I said, Krish, all these things is being offered by all of these companies for free. WhatsApp, everything free. He said, yes, free. I said, no, there's some cost will be there. Because human beings don't do anything for free. Some cost will be there. So they do it for free, and then you send your subscribership up to 3 billion or 2 billion, and now, even if you charge 1 cent for an advertisement, 3 billion cents, when you add it up in one day, is a lot of money. So this is done temporarily for free. Then later on, there will be a cost. What does it cost now? When you go to YouTube or you go anywhere, you first have to look at the advertisement. So out of your looking at it, they're making money. It's not free. Everything in this world is calculated in terms of money. The whole species have come to this. You will go to space. Just now you'll go to space for vacation. Because that has big money. The whole species, we worship money only. In Hanuman Chalisa, there's a nice line. Ram duare tum rakhware hotan agya binu paisare. People say that paisa, He even interprets Hanuman Chalisa only in terms of paisa. Paisa there means, paisare there means entrance, not money. Permission, entrance to go there. But if we interpret everything only in terms of money. So this one who can really detach himself from all the objects and possessions and all these things of the world, including this body, which is also material thing. It's actually boiled down to material thing. To detach from all material things made up of these 3 gunas. He is tyagi really. And no person can enter these portals of moksha without becoming tyagi. Nobody. It is like Santa Claus, You have this big bundle in your back and you're trying to go down the chimney. And there's a narrow door there, and you have this big bundle, and you're holding on the bundle and trying to go through that door. You'll go. Until you let go that bundle, there's a very famous story in India. Indians have the most wonderful devices we have invented for millennia. The best devices for anything in India. Anything that you want is there in India. There was a very simple, easy way to catch monkeys in the old days. How they caught monkeys? They made a big clay pot like this, and with a very thin mouth on the top here, in the clay pot. Then they will fill it with sand. Fill that pot with sand so it becomes very heavy, nobody can move it. Big pot. And a little on the top there, they will put, after filling it with sand, a little bit on the top only, they'll put some chana. Roasted chana. Then monkey will come. He'll put his hand inside and he'll grab a handful of chana. Now, when his fist is made like this, his hand cannot come out. And that hunter will come there, and this monkey will be jumping right around that pot, jumping everywhere. And this fellow will give him some thappad also. He'll get beating, he'll get caught, snared, and snare, everything. But he'll not let go of that chana. What a thing. The easy thing when he sees that man coming, all he has to do is let go that chana, and then that fellow will not catch him. But that is how we are caught in this sansar, Holding on to the chana in this universe. And what is the ironic thing about all of that? We think that we are smarter than monkeys. The ironic part of that whole thing. Hare Rama. So, it is this holding on to things in this world that is the reason why we cannot get moksha. Hold on to everything, and therefore we come back here. Okay, so now that is the Vairagya. Kahu Gyan, Virag, Aru, Maya. So first he dealt with that Maya, then he came to Gyan, then Vairagya, detachment. If you have to think about, I'll tell you something. There are two things we can do. You say, look, you know when you hold a hot tawa, when a human being holds a hot tawa, he doesn't say, okay, I have held this hot tawa. According to the laws of physics, the high intensity of heat energy from the tawa will be transferred to my hand. And that high concentration of heat energy from that tawa transferred to my hand is unbearable to the cells on my hand. And therefore, they will kill the cells. And therefore, the body will send the serum there to try to protect those cells. And I will get a bump. And it will send message also to the nerve cells and to my brain. And I will get pain. He does, when anybody holds a tawa, he thinks on here. Another way to do that, to drop things in this world, is really, if you have the time, to give it a lot of thought, to think that thing. Think about that thing. Go through that thing and think about it. Now see here. When I am attached to anything in this world, just think. When I am attached to anything in this world, what it simply means is that thing is giving me some comfort. That thing is giving me some security. That thing is giving me some joy. Correct or not? Because if it is not giving me comfort or joy, I will throw it out, isn't it? So it means that thing is giving me some comfort or some joy or some security, and I'm feeling secured when I have it. Now you just analyze that little bit. If I am getting my security and my joy and my comfort from another object, does that make me a strong person, or does that make me a weak person? But I am a weakling, isn't it? Because I am leaning on that thing, and that thing is propping me up, isn't it? If that thing is pulled away, what happens to me? I fall down flat, isn't it? That means I am so weak, I am depending on that thing for my joy and my comfort and my security. And if somebody comes and pulls, and believe me, the nature of this world, sooner or later, that thing will be pulled. Is correct or not? Because this is the nature of the world, and nothing lasts forever. That thing will go, or you will go, but somebody will go. No. So I will go as a weakling. So this is the first thing. And nobody wants by himself to be a weak person, a weak human being. We want to be a strong being. So I should not be dependent and leaning all the time on things. Second thing. That's first thing. Second thing now. Look here. The Rishi, please remember what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how we attach to things. And one way to get detached is just drop it. The other way is to really think about it. So what we are doing now is thinking about it. The Rishis have done this thing very nicely. See, first of all, I really don't want to be a weak person. So let me not lean on anything in this world. Let me learn to be strong and stand on my own 2 feet. Isn't it? One fellow went up to a Rishi, close to, "Oh great sage, please give me some good advice for life." That Rishi said, "First you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Because since you came here, you're standing on my feet." He came so close, standing on that Rishi's feet. So, first thing, learn to stand on, to mean not to be so weak and only leaning on things. You should be strong by yourself. Second thing, that type of leaning is actually born from delusion. The leaning is born from delusion. Have you seen parents take a little silencer and they put it in the mouth of a child? He goes, wah, wah, and they put it, not everything stopped. What's that thing? Pacifier. I get always mixed up between pacifier and silencer. So they put that thing in his mouth. Then, when that fellow sucks that thing, right? What he gets? Nothing. Because sucking that will not bring anything. But somehow he is duped. Somehow he is duped with that thing. And he becomes quiet. Really speaking, when the rishis have analyzed the locus of joy and security and comfort and all of that, that is not to be found in objects. Joy and security and comfort and all that is not to be found in objects. All of this actually add up to joy. Joy means you get some joy or some happiness. When I have this object, I get some joy. And joy is not there in objects. That by simple logic we can see that thing. Joy is not to be found in objects. If joy were to be found in objects, anybody who has a lot of objects should be very happy, and the person who has no objects, he should be miserable. But you know that doesn't happen. That is the opposite many times. The one who has all the joy, he has no all the objects, he has no happiness. And the one who has nothing, very happy. One American businessman, he went to India, and the coastal region in Maharashtra there, he saw a Maharashtrian fisherman. He threw his net like this, and he caught 5 fishes, and he put those fishes in a basket, and he put the basket under a tree, and he went to sleep there. So he asked that businessman asked that fisherman, "Hey, what are you doing?" He said, "What do you mean what I'm doing?" "I'm taking rest." "What should I be doing?" "But throw your net a few more times. Throw that net a few more times." He said, "Why?" "Then what? You'll catch more fishes." He said, "When I catch more fishes, then what?" "You catch more fishes, you can sell more fishes to the village, you'll make more money." He said, "Then what?" "Then you can buy a second net." "But I can only throw one net." You hire somebody from the village, he will also throw net, and you catch more fishes. Then what? Then you buy more nets. Then what? Then hire more people. Then throw more nets. You catch more fish, then sell to the next village, other village. Then what? Then you can even export fish. Then what? Then you can buy a trawler, fishing trawler. You go out and buy more nets. Then you can open a fishing factory there. You can fish. Put the fish in can. Oh, then what? Oh, then you can open several factories and export to other countries and this and that. Then what? Then you will have a big business. Then what? You can build a big house. Then what? Then you can get married. Then what? Then you can have 1 or 2 little munna running about. Then what? Then you'll have a big bank account and saving. Then what? Then you can relax. What do you think I'm doing now? Now I am. He's relaxing there. Because, see, you tell me, when the moment he buys a second net and he hires a second worker, can he relax after that? No chance. Because the boss is always watching the worker. Isn't it? All his relaxing is just with one worker. Imagine when he gets another one, and trawler and factory and export and what happens? What has been sold to us is happiness lies in getting many objects. But that is a big delusion. Happiness does not lie in objects. Otherwise, the person who had the object should be most happy, and who had no object should be least happy. But we see it is the opposite. Second thing is, if the object makes me happy, and happiness is there in the object, anybody who gets that object should be happy. Isn't it? But one object will make a person happy and make another person miserable. Correct or not? The same object. Not only that same object will make him happy today and make him miserable the next day. Same object. So when they did like this, analyze, they realized happiness is not there in objects. Now, see what a delusion. If I am only happy when I have this object, I am deluded. That's a delusive. That happiness is born from delusion. The happiness is born from delusion. And anything that is born from delusion, the snake will not always be there on the rope. The snake will one day disappear because it is not a real snake. In the very same way, my happiness is not a real happiness. It's a happiness born from delusion. And the happiness is born from delusion. It will last for a little while. And after some time, I will, instead of becoming more and more happy, I will become more and more disillusioned, is the English word which we use. Disillusioned. And this is what happens to the... Otherwise, this fellow, this human being, a peculiar being, he carries his happiness way beyond the grave also, some people. He thinks, when I die, I will be happy. You bury me in the best plot. Over there, I have to have a good view. He buys the best plot in the cemetery because there's a nice view over there. Amazing thing.